Good morning, everybody. This is Kathy Furman, owner of Furman Creative, where we help small businesses find their voice in a world that is dominated by corporations. And our goal every day is to help them find success by building their brands online. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going to be talking about overcoming doubt and how you can overcome doubt and to build your business. So let me tell you, I have struggled with that for years. I struggled with doubting myself and doubting my abilities and not knowing really if people would listen to me, like, what business was going to listen to me. And so I thought today, before we, get into that, I was just going to share a little bit with you about where I came from. For 10 and a half years out of college, I worked for a local insurance agency, and I started as their marketing assistant. And over those 10 years, I kind of worked my way up. And then one day I realized that I just wasn't I wasn't quite happy with what I was doing every day. And so I wanted to find something different and something that would kind of was what I was passionate about. I was lacking passion in my job. And so that's why I decided to start Furman Creative, and that's why we're here today. So if you're watching this live, give me a hi down below. And if you're catching the replay, make sure you give me a replay so I can reach out and chat with you later. So overcoming doubt. Who doubts themselves every day? I mean, it can be a real struggle. If you own a business, or you're starting a business, or and you just don't know if what you're planning to do or what you want to do is going to add value to anybody's life. So a lot of times I hear from business owners, and they say, I just don't know if my audience is gonna pay attention to me. Maybe you doubt if you're good enough. Maybe you doubt if you've got the knowledge or what it takes to help other people with, whatever your mission is or whatever your vision is for your business. So about a year ago, it was probably a year after I launched my business, I was sitting in a meeting with a client, and they referred to me as the marketing expert. And I was like, well, I'm not an expert. And the minute I said, I realized that was not the right thing to say, because his next comment to me was, well, you better be. We're paying you to be the expert. And that's when I realized I really needed to overcome the doubt that I hold on to every single day. So I started to do different exercises and read different books to help me overcome those doubts, so that I could build a successful business. I mean, that was ultimately my dream and my goal. So one of the exercises that worked really well for me is something I'm going to walk you through today. So if you have a piece of paper, or I prefer to do this on an index card, you're going to take your index card, and on one side of your index card, you're going to go ahead and you're going to write down what holds you back. What do you struggle with every day in your business? Is it asking people to give you a chance? Is it going live on Facebook? Is it, talking to others about your business, like starting that conversation when you're out and about? Whatever it is, you're going to write it down on side one of your index card or your piece of paper, whatever it is that you're using. And then once you have that written out, you're going to flip that card over. And on the other side, I want you to write down why you launched your business. Who is it that you wanted to help? How did you plan to make their lives better? What is it that you're going to help them with? You started a business to help others, to help them overcome just something that they were struggling with. So write that down on the second side of the card. And so let's talk about the first side of the card. The reasons that you don't do what you need to do every day. What are they? Are they, I don't have time, I'm too busy? Or, they will say no, so I'm not going to ask. I don't want to hear that dreaded word no. They can't afford me, or they don't need me, they're too big for me. Whatever excuse that you have listed on that side, look at them now and then think, more than likely what I discovered is every single thing that was holding me back from growing my business was all about me, and it was not about my customers at all. I was so focused on how I was going to feel, on how I was going to, take that word no, or how I was going to, send somebody a proposal and then they would be like, no, we can't afford this, you're too expensive. All of those different things. They were all about how I was feeling, and none of them were about helping other businesses in the area. And it was an eye-opener for me, because that was my goal, was to help small businesses succeed. I grew up in a house where my dad owned a business, and it's hard to own a business, and a lot of times business owners are so focused in doing what they know every single day that they forget to build their business, and so that's kind of where I got my passion for helping businesses from. I saw him struggle, and I wanted to make sure that, when I launched Furman Creative, that we could keep business owners from feeling those types of struggles. So when I started to realize that I was so focused on myself and how I was personally going to feel, rejection is hard. I'm not saying that it's easy, but when I flipped that and I started to focus more on my customers and how they were going to feel, and how I was able to help them, and how I would make their lives easier, things changed for me. And ultimately, I started to talk about my business more openly, and I I ended up gaining more confidence, and all of that led me to new customers, growing my business in the last quarter of 2017 and continuing that growth in 2018. So that is my challenge to you. Walk through this exercise and really identify what's holding you back, and if what's holding you back is about you or about your customers, and change your mindset. Because the minute you change your mindset and you focus on your customers and who you're going to help and how you can add benefit to their lives, things will change. So if you have questions, or if you found this to be helpful, let me know below, and I hope that you have an amazing, beautiful Thursday, and I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. with another live. Have a great day, everybody.